G'day mate, and welcome back to Capital Industry with me, Jetty. In our last episode, we got our first chew up and running. We got this little chew here that goes and picks up our slag from our gold mine and brings it all the way back to the base and drops it off. So we can then ship that slag out. We can then turn that slag into our water via a contract, and therefore we can feed it to our lovely farms right here and make a whole lot of food, feed a whole lot of people. But today, with our proper loading stations and proper unloading stations up and running, I want to set up a couple of train lines, just one or two. Iron, plus also copper and limestone and sand from our new mining location back to the base. So that's going to be today's plan, but I also want to add in a few more things. Another thing I'd like to add to our list is I'd like to definitely make sure I built a little tunnel to run our little excavators through to make sure that they can drive to all the places they need to. And I also need to solve a wood problem. Yep, I went from having too much wood to now not having any wood, so I also need to solve a wood problem. But I cannot get to any of that and so much more to ask you that very important question. Of course, the important question being, can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like over the video. Not happy with the video, didn't enjoy the video. Well, you're definitely not going to be setting up any train lines with me. All right, so first thing we need to do is, well, a couple of things. First thing I need to do is need to go to here, and I need to add one more large tree harvester because I have no wood. Next thing I want to do is I want to upgrade 2 housing blocks because I'm going to need a few more people to do a few more jobs. All right, next thing I need to do is work out what the hell's wrong with you. Nothing. You can wait. All right, next thing I need to do is I have an excavator. An excavator right here, Kasnar, who cannot get back to his coal mine. He got a little bit stuck over the coal mine. He had to be recovered, and now he can't get back. Why can't he get back? Because somebody built a train track right down the middle of the map. Because we have a train track down the middle of the map, he cannot pass under that train track. Why? Because he needs a total height of 7 tiles to be able to pass under anything. And of course, our train tracks only happen to be 6 tiles tall. So I need to fix that up so he can get back to work, and that means we need to do a few things. First thing I need to do is I need to mark out the area we're going to be removing so he can drive across, and that would be those tiles. All right, next thing I want to do, because this is mostly dirt, I want to put in a couple of retaining walls to hold back the dirt. So can I put a retaining wall here, and can I put a retaining wall here? All right, next thing I need to do is we need to move our train, our track pillars out of the way. So can I put a pillar here and a pillar here, both definitely my way. Can I put a pillar here, and then remove you? And can I put a pillar there and there? Cool. With that done, I can then remove these pillars in the middle, and we can get our retaining walls. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Cool. Can I do the same on this side? So I want to go here, 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 and here. And then, because I like to have my concrete, can I remove the concrete from here to here? Great. Can I have that removed? Actually, can I do just a few extra tiles worth of concrete? Just those ones, please. And can I get all that done? All right. Next thing I need to do is I need to carve a little hole. So our train tracks, they're at 6 tiles high. I need them at 7 tiles. So I need to cut just a tiny little path under here, just 1 tile deep, right the way across there. Then we're going to angle that up and angle that up. Now, all I need to do is I need to have a digging team. The good news is we have the wonderful fast action response team who can come over here and do this for us. So we're going to assign them to come and dig this little area. They need to make sure they have a local spot to dump off all their dirt that they're going to be finding over there, and we need to get them done. As soon as they have this done, we should be able to get our brand new, well, our excavator who's stuck, back to work. All right, with that done, I want to, well, find our brand new tree harvester. Nope, that's tree saplings. Where's my tree harvester? You can't have not found a tree yet. Ha! There he is. Okay. Can I name you? Can I name you after a wonderful YouTube member? Can I? Oh. Cool. Can I name you after the wonderful Yuri P? Thank you, Yuri P, for being a wonderful YouTube member. Thank you again for choosing to support the channel. Can I give you a couple of trucks? And hopefully they don't have names. Can I name this level truck here after Tom Krings? And can I thank him for being a wonderful YouTube member? Can I hopefully find a truck who's not named? Haha. And can I also thank the wonderful Bruno Olinto for also being a wonderful YouTube member and choosing the support channel. Can I unassign? No, that's Tom. You okay? Close that. Open that. You. Mount you A. Get back to work. Go drive the truck. Okay. All right. So with that happening, what I want to do is, with my 200 extra people, is I want to turn this reactor. So can I turn on this reactor at power level number 1, please? And can I also unpause that? So we can actually do something with the steam. All right. Once you're up and running, which should be hopefully soon, that should take care of some of my power problems. Also at the same time, well, if we're going to start burning more nuclear fuel, I should probably upgrade the nuclear box, because having only 2,500 nuclear fuel rods is probably enough, but you know, more is always better, always better. Also, can I upgrade you to next here? And therefore I can pause you and save a couple of workers, because I always need to save a few workers wherever I can. All right, low pressure turbine, you should be able to output. Can I just very quickly, it'll sort itself out quick enough, but if I just delete the steam in there, that should sort it out right now, and that way I don't have to see the messages. All right, with that done, I just said I didn't need to see the messages. All right, with all those things done, I want to set up a couple of trains. Do I want to set up trains now? I sort of want to wait for this to be finished. Yeah, I sort of want to wait for this to be finished. All right. What I want to do then is I want to set up boxes. I want to set up boxes for wood, because we have trucks moving around wood, have done for quite some time. And, well, we have tree choppers chopping down wood and trucks moving around wood. But I have a feeling that they can't get the wood dropped off here fast enough. This is the only place they're allowed to take wood, and I have a feeling it's just sometimes a little bit too far, a little bit too slow for them to get the wood there. So what I want to do is I want to set up previously. We've done this a few times. You done? You done? Show me designations. No, you're not done. Okay. We've done this a few times where I have 2 boxes, one for the trucks to drop wood off at, and the other one for them to, and the other one that we're going to use to ship the wood out. I want to have the wood be exported to here, and also I need wood shipped to this box here as well. So that way it's no longer the onus of the trucks hanging around the wood, the tree harvesters to drop off the wood. It then becomes the onus of the general work crew. And are we done? Oh, it's going to be so close to done. We are definitely done. No, we're not done. Come on. Okay, you can path under there, which means we have another problem. Oh, we have another problem. It's these pipes. Okay, can I also do a small little modification here then? Can I do a chop from there to there, a chop from there to there? Okay, can I do that? Can I have this go down? I am fully support the wiggle today. Today feels like a wiggle sort of day. And get the fuel to also pop under and then go back to there. Great. That should be everything I need for you to get back to work. Hopefully, you now path across there. No! What's wrong? Okay, you can path across here. You can path under our tunnel. Cross that bridge. Cross that bridge. It's here. Okay, can I pin this? All right, because I couldn't move the iron around the other side, you can't drive around this way to get over there, so I need to have yet another bridge. Can I put the bridge here, please? Can I have this come under here and then go up to there? Sure, looks great to me. Not going to argue it. All right. You're driving. Nice. Okay, I want to see you go under the... There's no point driving that way, dude. That's not. There's no point driving that way. You got to go that way. All right. Whilst we wait for that, can I get the fast action response team? Can I put them back to work on the other side of the map where they came from? Can I delete that and hit an area? Yeah, they're just flattening out this area, little bit by little bit. All right. Come on, mate. Drive. High speed. High speed. You can do it. You can do it. I have faith. I sort of wish, like, I've mentioned it to the devs. I definitely have that. I'd like to have some sort of speed boost on paths. It can't happen. It's just too complicated. It'd be too many floating variables. Also, we know that trucks don't have a habit of using the paths, but that we do get the maintenance reduction. But yeah, I'd definitely like to especially when we have guys that are this slow. Get a little bit of a speed boost if we can force them to drive on roads. Okay, whilst we're at that, can I replace this with, well, cobblestone? And done. All right, so we have a little tunnel. It's a very, very small tunnel, but it's enough of a tunnel that excavators can now get through. You are going to go off back to your mine, and everything should be great. They have wood. Not me, 1, 2, 3. Oh, because you are now set to accept a sign only, and you're still a ghost. All right. What I want to do is I want to put these boxes basically beside anywhere that I have saplings coming in. So if I go to this thing and I pin this so I can keep an eye on it, and then I copy this, yep, both of them. All right, I have saplings coming down here. I have saplings coming to here. So over here, I'd like to put a spot where we can pick up wood from or drop wood off to. Considering how much they expanded, I prefer to have it more central, but I guess that's not going to happen. So can I put that there? Can I put one? Okay, we have one here and one here. Can I put one here? Should be easy, right? We'll do that one. And then can I put one, maybe not there. Can I put it actually right here? I can't put that in there, can I? No, but I can put it here and then hook it up with a belt rather than have a truck literally move it 5 tiles. Can I get... yeah, can I do that to there and then move you over a tile? Yep. Can I do that just to start with? Alright, can I go to this one? Alright, so I have seeds there, wood there, wood there. I have this one here I just did. I have another one out here. Can I put this here? I also have one over here. So can I put another wood drop-off box? Let's go right here in the middle. Okay, all right. So can I do that? Can I do that? Can I do... We've already made that one with uni. Can I do one... This one? And then this one. And then we've done that one. And I definitely want one up here. Can I do under the train tracks? Cool. That's not wasted space at all. All right. Yeah. Can I do that? And you know what? Can I also put one right here? All right. The idea is that hopefully they have more drop-off locations. That's all I really need. I just need more spots they can drop off wood close, and then have other trucks take it from there and drop it off in the big box. Because if I have a look at the trees, a lot of these trees seem to be like they're fully grown. Like this whole forest seems to be fully grown, but nobody, and I mean nobody, is coming over here and chopping it. They always seem to be busy chopping in other areas and they're just not getting stuff done. So I'm hoping 1x tree harvester and much more localized drop-offs hopefully improves things. But then again, if you're driving all the way to there, that could also be a problem. Can I go to you? No, I don't want to go there. Also, I really want to keep them all free range. I don't really want to assign them to different locations. But maybe this one makes sense to have them assigned because of how buried it is. And if they decide to chop one tree there and then drive halfway across the map, chop another tree, it's probably not helping me. No, it's always the last one. It's always the last one that you pick. Okay, that one. Can I assign a tree harvester there? Yeah. Which is, of course, halfway across the map. But, you know, hopefully it helps. All right. So, with that done. All right. Next thing I want to do is we've done the nuclear reactor. We've done the nuclear reactor. We've done our little tunnel. We've made sure trucks, excavators can get to places. I don't really need to upgrade any vehicles. I do have spare vehicle slots, but we can worry about those later. What I want to do is I want to talk about research. So at the moment we're doing ship engine number 3. I would really like to do titanium plus electronics plus solar panels plus consumer electronics. I also want to do ship weapons, but for right now I'm going to cancel this and I'm actually going to put in titanium and electronics because they're going to be the next things holding me up. The ship weapons we can get to. I'm not in any rush. Also going to throw in solar panels and I don't really want to do consumer electronics. Can we throw in recycling? then consumer electronics, then I guess, and then superheated steam. That is the end of the research queue until I launch a rocket. Once I've launched, well, launch a rocket and launch a space station. Once I launch a space station, we get a extra point or an extra tier unlock here. Plus, when I upgrade the space station to tier 2, we unlock this section. You know, the whole asteroid thing. Also, should mention that we have infinite tech here that I can do. You know, extra vehicles, vehicle, train, ship, or fuel usage. Rocket capacity, you know, cramming a little bit more on a rocket each launch. Maintenance output, world mine output, world mine efficiency output. Just means that rather than say mining 100 coal for, you know, 1 bar or 2 bars on the world mines, you might mine 102 coal. Probably if you're playing on like Sailor difficulty, where you have infinite world mines, probably could be very handy. In my case, the only infinite world mines I have is the rock mine, the sulfur mine, and the water mine. Yeah, water rig, water mine, water, I don't know. Solar power, a little bit of extra power from every single solar panel, not bad. Crop yield, rainwater yield, tree growth speed, which could be interesting if you really put a lot of effort into this. Because in theory, if you grow enough trees, you turn enough trees or enough coal, and therefore you don't need to import coal for the super late game. Yeah, maybe a possibility. Sediment water usage, turns out I haven't done the maths perfectly, but I'm pretty sure the way my waste meter setup works, if the people use less water, the waste meter makes less water because it's a water positive loop. So I actually think this was detrimental to me. We also have, see, if this was like the people, if the ratio of clean water in to wastewater out was closer for each one of this research, so they consumed less clean water in. No, they consumed less clean water in and had more wastewater come out, something like that. That could be beneficial. Anyway, unit capacity I don't think is useful. Housing capacity is actually super useful. Focus points is actually super useful as well. But this is all infinite tech. I want to finish the normal tech before we get to the infinite tech, so we're going to leave that there. All right, so we're doing titanium smelting. It's going to take a little while. 4 of you can't reach something. You can't reach this bucket. Yeah, I know this bucket's a little bit hard to get to. We got to wait for a big truck to get to it because for some reason the big trucks can reach. The little one knows the can't. Can I fix that? Technically, I could probably fix this. All right, can we do that and that? Can I have you go there? Can I have... Well, now somebody came and did it. Or they did something else. Okay, can I do that one? Can I do that one? Can I do both those? Can I remove this? Can I... Then go from here to here to here to there. All right, maybe you guys can reach it now. All right, fertilizer, animal feed. Okay, they're all fine. All right, so what I want to do, a couple of things, is I want to set up a train station. I want to set up a train line. Okay, I want to have a train on the tracks running. So I have all of these. I don't want to build them all at the same time because I am super limited on construction parts. 3.8k sounds like a lot. Wait till you see how many I'm about to spend. Anyway, I want to set up the first station. The first station happens to be a copper station, so we're just going to enable this. I'm not going to build it with Uni because I'm not in that much of a rush. What I am in a rush for is configuring this so it actually works. So what I want to do is I want to put my balance here at height number 5. Can I also get a loose lift? Can I put you here and there? Cool. Can I have my belt? We're just going to use T1 for the moment. You plug into there, and you plug into there. All right, and then can I plug that into that into there, and that into there? Great. That's everything I need to at least have this copper station up and running. Actually, it's not. I don't have fuel. Can I grab a fuel pipe? Can I grab fuel from here? Can we run to here? Can I go to there? Can I come down to here? Actually, don't need to go quite that far. We can go to here. Can I go to this tile? And then can I go to here? And then can I drop that in there? Great. Can I have... Oh. Well, that's pipe 2. Whatever. That'll work. Can I go fluids? Can I go T1 pipe? Alright, can we go you into there, please? You into there. This really only needed to be a T1 pipe because we're just not going to use that much fuel with these trains because they're going to be constantly fueling at both ends. We just won't use that much. Anyway, can I get that done? And can I get that done at least. At least then they're built. And that is a hole that somebody needs to fill in. I really want them to do it. Okay, can I remove... that? Yeah, if I remove that, hopefully someone can drop dirt in that hole. All right, so that's fuel. All right, with fuel being done, I want to go to the other end. The other end over here. All right, over here, I want to do a few things. I have our first one set up. This is going to be a limestone. Why? Because, well, I want to mine limestone over here. So can I get this built? This is going to be our demonstration station I need to set up because I don't actually need any of these running just yet. But I actually know that means I need to have limestone built at the other end. Whatever. No, I don't need this built at this end. Cool. Can I get your iron? All right, we're gonna set up the iron one because the iron one is the one I want to build. But I want to have this mine up and running because I'm going to be sending vehicles over here now. Not so much to mine the limestone, but I sort of want to level out this area. Over here, I have another one for sand. Again, I'd like to build this, but construction parts. Remember, I was at like 3.6 not that long ago. I'm down at 2.8. I was going to keep going down very, very quickly. The more things I unpause, the more things I build, the quicker it's going to go down. And considering this is like 1,000 each, yeah, that's a bit of a problem. And that is too much power. Why do we have too much power draw? You should be running. Okay, I need to turn you and you off because you're only running at speed 1. And I also need to turn off you and you because you're just going to have problems running outright because this is designed to kick in at tier 2 speed to start with because I modified it. Well, actually, so you do 15, therefore you do 30, therefore this does 60, this does 120. So I have 120. And no, because we're only using 130-ish, 140-ish. With the way power is, this reactor does 120, okay? If I'm between 120 and 130, being these two running as well, then I want to be running on the old power plant. The old power plant that's over near nuclear, I want to be using that one as that one instead. But as long as I'm over 120, I want to have this reactor running flat out. And we're over 120 pretty much all the time. But I'm not over 150, so I don't really want to crank this up to tier 2, which would be that 150 to 180 mark, because we're not there yet. So yeah, I need to just, pause a few things to force you to run properly rather than not having enough steam to feed into these guys, and they all keep fluttering on and off. All right, so back to this. All right, so I want to have this mine set up, and I want to set up, well, I want to have vehicles assigned to come over here and start mining, basically to level out the area. So can I go this? Can I do this? Can I do this? Okay, can I do that? And I want to have, well, 2 for doing limestone, 2 for doing sand, because we have a sand mine control tower as well. I also want to have 2 for this mine, which is our iron tower 3 and copper mine control tower number 2. So I want to have this done as well. And as you can see, I have temporarily assigned everybody to use 1 sorter, so I don't have to build 3 sorters, because 3 sorters is 3,000 construction parts, and I'm down to 2.3. And as long as I have a wood problem, it means I cannot make them fast enough. All right, so what I want to do is I want to find a couple of diggy boys that I get assigned to a little bit of work. So can I come here? Can I bring off 2 for the limestone? Yep. 2 for the copper. No, 2 for the sand, and then 2 for the iron / copper mine. And now you got 15 vehicles. Can I drop this down to 25? All right. That's what I want to do. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is we're going to have some grumpy boys that have nowhere to dump their iron. I want to turn this off. That way anybody can use this. More importantly, the guys that have a little bit of iron in them that are stuck around this tower can also use them. All right, next thing I want to do is go to this guy. Okay, can I assign 2 diggy boys and 3 trucks? Can I go to this one and assign 2 diggy boys and 3 trucks? And then can I go here? Can I assign 2 diggy boys and 3 trucks? Cool. All right, the sand tower. Sand tower, same story. I just want them to start leveling out the area. I just really want the mountain gone. And the main reason I want this done is I have a little bit of a lake here I'd like to fill in. I'd like to have a path across. And the more rock I can get and dump in the hole for right now, probably the more use. Well, probably the more helpful it's going to be. Yeah. Which also means the rock drop-off station, I don't need to build just yet. All right, you, same story. I want you to be mining, actually no, sand. Sand. Edit area. Can I size you up a little bit? Cool. I actually want you to be doing up here as well. So can I have you remove this mountain as well? Hopefully. Cool. And iron. Iron/copper. I want you to not worry about the iron and copper just at the moment. I want you to come as far to the right as possible. And then I want you to start here, and I want you to start leveling out this. Yep. Make it all go away, please. I don't know how far they're going to get before I actually need them to start mining iron, but, you know, if they could do something in the meantime, that'd be great. All right. No place to dump products. Into here. Into here would be my answer. Into here and into... Oh. No. Yeah. Oh, it's limestone. That's why. Okay. Can I not have that one or that one? I want that one and that one. And therefore, you're also pinned to the wrong things as well. Can I do that and that? And then do that and that. Okay. All right. For a moment, because I need this one first, let's talk about this particular blueprint. So this blueprint is, again, one of the ones I have shared on Discord. It's the All Sorted Mark II. Shared on Discord, shared on Patreon. And I just dumped this down. Then all I need to do to configure this is, in this particular case, I want to have iron and copper. It's already defaulted to iron because I need to have something so we can set all the filters. And all I need to do is assign copper to the last 3 slots and then remove iron from those 3 slots. And then eventually, when I actually build the damn thing and turn it on, if I look at these filters, these last 3 are set to copper, which means this box and this box will automatically become copper. This box and this box are automatically going to become iron, and the same applies down here to limestone. So when the Diggy Boy gets here and they find a little bit of limestone, the limestone will come out in these belts and they will automatically assign these buckets to limestone. Okay. I also probably need to do that so none of your belts are running at speed 30, speed 60, and have you go. All right. Next thing I need to do is I need to assume we're going to be having this one built first. So in here, I need to have a rock to come out and go to the rock bucket to then go to the rock train. I also need to grab our iron and our copper and send them to the iron and copper stations. I also need fuel. I've already put fuel right here, but I'm going to need to have fuel over here. I also need to have, I want to have logistics bridge, can I tier 2 bridge? Can I put that right there? And can I get that built? All right. So over here, I need to have a few basics. First basic we're going to need is loose. Can I have a U-shaped lift? I need you to come up to height number 5 because that means the trucks can pass underneath it. And can I have you do the same? All right, I want to have a belt come out from here and out from here. All right, you need to come to here, here, and then under over that pipe. I really don't care. You need to go to this tile, that tile, under. And when you come under, you need to go to height 4, right? No, you can go straight to height 5. Okay, can you go to height 5? Can you go to height 5 here? Once you go there, can I... There, please, thank you. No. Yeah, fine, height 5. Can I get you to go over that piece of train track through, too? And then this is very, very tight. This is why I had to make sure I was at the right height. You get to come through here, and then you get to plug into this sorter. This sorter is going to go into this station, and that should be as easy as that. Okay, so that's our iron. Copper, same story. I need this to come to here, again, height 5. Yep, over to here. Over to here, come to this tile, drop underneath. Thank you very much. And then come over here, but you're going to be height 4 instead. You're going to pass underneath the iron belts. And then plug into this loading this station here. Okay, so that's going to be my copper. Next one I need to do is rock. So again, same as all the other ones, we're going to have a whole lot of rock from every single mine that eventually I need to get rid of. So can I put you there? Can I bring our rock to here. And then can I have it sort of come across roughly where I have my iron and my copper. And then I need you to go on the left-hand side. So you're going to go over, under, somewhere. It doesn't really matter. Because all these belts are only here until the mine doesn't exist. Once the mine doesn't exist, the belts get cleaned up. All right. Then I have copper at height 4. So I need this guy at height 3. And I can run underneath. Actually, no. This doesn't have to be at height 3. No, this could be at any damn height I want. Okay, can I have you go to height 5? I'm going to stop there. There. Okay, and then can I come across to here? Nope. Here. And then I'm going to drop into this bucket. This bucket is for rock. Eventually, it's going to get filled up with rock from, well, the sandstone mine, the iron/copper mine, and also limestone mine. And then once that happens, it goes through a magic balancer. So, because I have 3 different belts coming in, and therefore, oh, you had a wiggly wob. Can I also move you over one? Cool. I need to have the 3 different belts come out of the bucket, get balanced, and then that balancer is going to load them into our extended train that's going to be dropping rock to an unknown location, so we can drop rock in the ground or the sea. But that's gonna have to wait a minute. All right, last one I need to do is, well, I actually need to set, no, you are set to empty. Last ones I need to do is I need to do rock over here. So can I get you there? Can I get this here? All right, this I don't actually want to build, intentionally don't want to build it because like I said, I want to start filling in the local area. I also need to build that, we'll get the train line up and running. Go there, go there. Okay, from here, I need you to go around the outside. Sort of ran out of room to get you any closer. Then, yeah, that tile looks fine. Can I bring the rock to here and then jump on the ground and put that in that bucket as well? Okay, so that's where rock would go once I fix you up to actually get emptied. For right now, not worried. You're gonna get emptied hopefully right here in the sea. All right, you are stuck. Cool. Well, I'm glad I fixed those earlier problems. All right, you and you can get recovered, and we should be good. All right. Next thing I need to do is I need to set up our trains. So, can I get you pinned? And actually, I set up copper over here, but really need to set up iron. You are sand. You are iron. Okay. Can I get the iron station built, please? Yeah. And belts built. We're gonna have to plug them in eventually. All right, so your cool train station. That's not gonna work for me. Okay, I need you to be iron drop, so I know what the station's called when it comes to actually getting things dropped off. All right, over here, I want to make sure that my iron station is called iron load. Excellent. And the little waiting station is called iron wait. Perfect. All right, I need train. My new train, we've already spoken about this, is going to be a 2, then 4, then 4. So a 2, 8 total. And then I can just start this building. Probably going to be important because it's going to take a little while to get the train built. In the meantime, I can click new line and say yes. All right. I want to have a couple of things. First off, I want to have you be iron ore, just so I can keep track of, well, putting this symbol here does nothing except making it easy for me to look down the list, scan down the list of all the different trains and see what the hell I have chosen for their picture. So we're going to call you iron ore. Yep. And I want to give you a train eventually, but more importantly, I want to give you a schedule. All right. Schedule is going to be come here. I need you to come here and go to iron load. Once you go to iron load, I want you to be full. Because the only thing I have at iron load is iron, I don't need to set a filter. I don't need to say specific product. I don't need to say, copper, because I don't have any specific products that I could pick up from here. The only thing that I have being picked up here is iron. But using all these different operators, yep, no, wrong button. Using the different operators, like, contains, after time has passed, empty, full. Using these different operators, you can set up some very advanced trains to do some very advanced routes. For right now, we're going to keep things simple, which want you to be full. Okay, after you've gone to iron load and you're full, I want you to go to our iron drop-off station, which is called iron drop. Great. You are not allowed to leave iron drop until you're empty. Great. Next thing I'm going to talk about is iron load. So iron load has enough room here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trains parked in a stacker, plus 6 in the station. So I have room for 6 trains on this line to start with. And as for the iron drop station, I have room for 1 train in the station and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Except I have 8 lane or 8 stackers, and they're being shared between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different unload stations. So realistically, I can only assign 1 of these. So for this one, it's going to be very important. I want you to request a train only if unrestricted. You can bring a train here whenever you want. I don't mind as long as it has iron on it, which means it needs to have gone to iron load and be full. But train limit, I want to have a train limit of 2. That means at any one time, there can only be 2 trains assigned to this station. That is 1 here and 1 parked in the stacker, or 1 on the way to the stacker, or on the way to the station. That's the important thing. I can only have 2 trains here because I can't have 4 trains parked in here, and therefore no room for the copper train or the coal train or the whatever it is to get into here as well. So that's going to be very important. On top of that, my iron load, prior to my iron load, there's actually that waypoint station that I want to use. So after you go on iron drop, you can go to the iron waypoint right here, being the iron weight. I don't want to set any condition because in theory, if the actual station ahead of it is empty, you can just roll straight through. That's fine by me. Roll straight into the station, get loaded, don't slow down, do pass go, do collect $200, but just do it in a hurry. So that should be my train route, nice and simple. Okay. Trains. I already have 1 train on here. Colors. Can I go into here? Can I say apply line color to train cars? Yep. Okay. Move. Camera. Thank you. If I tick this, it means it's going to take on that color scheme. So can I pick a color scheme that seems a little bit more iron worthy? That's the one. There is also apply product color to line. What that is it means if a product has a color, for example, oh, actually I have an example over here. Water. Water happens to be blue. It'll automatically assign that. Diesel automatically has a yellowish color. So if I assign that, it mostly works with liquids. The train would automatically get colored like that. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get diesel over there. So can I get diesel from anywhere here, honestly? Yep. Okay, can I have diesel? Can diesel come here, here, under here, back up? And then I need to bring diesel into, actually bring diesel like this way and then over to here, and can you come out a little bit? Yep. Can we go through here? And then unlike the loading station where I had the ability to run straight over the track, I can't reach a pillar from here to here in a single bound because I put things so close together. But I need to run around the front of the train. Okay, can I get you to go to there and then plug into... hello? Plug into there. Great. Can I also plug in that fueling station and that fueling station? Please, thank you. That fueling station, that fueling station, the fueling station for the rock trains. I also want to put in a fuel station. It's very, very important whenever I set up mines. Now, especially, now I have pipes and pipes of fuel being traveled all over the map. I like to make sure that I have fuel at all locations. Can I plug that into there? And then I have fuel here as well. Well, can I get that done? All right, can I also have you have another tile or 2? And I want to have, well, I want to have the fuel pipe built. I also want to have those fuel pipes built, fuel pipe built, that one, these ones. I know I've clipped a whole bunch of stuff, but it's fine. I can get that fuel station built and that fuel station built. Okay, this have diesel in it. You might say, Jetty, it's only a 60 pipe. I'll be like, yeah, it is. It's a 60 pipe back there. It's a 60 pipe back there. It's a 60 pipe back for miles. But the thing you might notice is, even with it being a 60 pipe and coming all the way out to this fuel station, it's full. You don't need to move a whole lot of fluid to make a big impact on the amount of fuel that you have available. So yeah, 60 pipes I find are plenty. Eventually they need to be upgraded to 200s, but for now, 60 should be fine. Boss has no place for cargo. Okay, you've already found some sand. Knew you would, thanks. All right, that means I need to get one of these built. That's 450 parts. I really don't want to have these built. I don't want to have the maintenance cost or the people cost or any of that. Okay, can I have you? Can I have you do rock? And can I have you do dirt? Okay, can I just temporarily assign you to this one? It is full of sand. Yeah, it's full of sand, and therefore it's not doing much. Yep, so it's probably not going to help me. They're probably just going to be parked around for ages doing nothing. All right, you, I want to find your diggy boys. Can I assign you to do dirt? And can I assign you to do rock? And then limestone, same story. I want you to be doing dirt, and I want you to be doing rock. Yep, I just want to clear the area to start with. That's an awful lot. It has to be emptied. Trucks are extremely busy. They're probably going to be extremely busy for a while, but it means that hopefully I can get this built. And in the meantime, hopefully I can solve my wood problem, and also hopefully I can get some construction parts. Oh, also I should mention, back to the train, we had six slots here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the train itself, 6, plus I have 2 at the other end, which is a total of 8. But I don't want to have 8 trains on that loop. Realistically, I want to have 7 trains maximum, so there's always a slot somewhere that a train can move into. But we're definitely at the point where I could duplicate that train. And can I do that 1, 2, 3 times? 3 times? 4 times. 4 times to start off. Yep. So it's all ready. It's all good to go. All I need to do is finish using this mine. And then we can enable that station, which actually means we don't need to build those just yet. No, we'll save the people. We'll save the main manpower. We have one there ready to go. We have 1 train there ready to go into a port station, but that's fine. We have the diggy boys doing the digging. We have hopefully some dumping going on. And all I need to do is find a whole lot of wood and a whole lot of construction parts. And then we can build everything else. But in the meantime, I need to wait for some research to happen. I also need to hopefully solve some wood problems. And we're going to come back in the next episode where I want to do a little bit of rearranging over here because I've decided I need to clear some space for some future projects, mainly a little bit of, titanium, also a tiny bit of aluminium. So that's going to have to wait for the very next episode. But we have trains. We have the ability to get the trains up and running in a moment's notice, which is what we really need. What I need to do now is find a way to get rid of this. But with all that said and done, I'm going to call this here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the very next video. All right, bye.